So you want a miner as early as next week. Right now, your only hope for making that happen is to order one through Minted this Saturday, 8 a.m. U.S. Pacific Standard Time. Two miners will be available, a limited edition gold spot miner and a black spot miner. With about a $70 difference between the two, which one should you get? Is the extra $70 worth it? And what do you get for that extra $70? Let's break down the major differences in today's video. Hello everybody and welcome back to another video here on the Crypto Compound channel. Thank you all so much for being here. I hope you are all having a great day. Today we are going to be discussing the two major differences between the limited edition gold spot miner available by Minted through Rack Wireless and the black spot miner you see here on the screen. There's about a $70 difference between the two. The question is, which one should you get? Just as a reminder, this Saturday, October 23rd at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, these miners will be available to U.S. residents. 7,000 gold spot miners and 1,000 black spot miners will be available. So I would imagine the black spot miners might run out a little bit sooner, but the purpose of this video is to identify what the difference is. Is it worth it to spend the extra money and get the limited edition gold spot miner you see here? So just based on this website alone, there'll be a link to this website directly in the description and comments below. That is the link where you can go directly on Saturday morning and purchase these miners. But looking here, they go on down here to explain some of the major highlights of the gold spot miner, which include an 8GB RAM, a premium gold spot Discord channel, expedited miner replacements in the event of hardware faults, and so on. We'll go through some of the details, and then it puts them next to each other here. Of course, one says standard edition, one says limited edition, and of course the gold spot miner is not actually made of gold, it's just gold in color. And they highlight here VIP support 8GB of RAM. So the first major thing that is highlighted as the difference between these two miners in both sections of this website is the RAM. The question is, what exactly does RAM do for mining? Is it useful, and does it actually affect the performance of one of these miners? So just a little background on what RAM is. I used to be into gaming, so I know a little bit about RAM. It is very, very important in computer and console gaming. RAM, which stands for random access memory, is a place in your computer that is really designated for short-term access to certain things that you may be downloading or clicking on or opening on your computer. As you can see here, it says it stores the information your computer is actively using so that it can be accessed quickly. So RAM is really primarily used from anything from browsing the web, opening applications, or working through a spreadsheet. All those sorts of things, all those computer tasks require short-term memory, and that is where the RAM comes in. All of that information is stored on the short-term memory of the RAM so that the computer can access that information very easily. Now, as I mentioned before, it is primarily one of the most important things when it comes to computer gaming, because these applications on the console, on the computer, need to store the information from the game and have access to it extremely quickly, so there is no lag, there is no glitching, nothing like that. The larger the RAM, the more availability your computer has to that short-term memory or that short-term information. The question is, should that have any performance impact on Helium mining? Now, if we go here to a Quora thread, we could see that this person here mentions that RAM has no major impact on mining performance. He, of course, is talking about Bitcoin mining in this specific thread, but he does say up here, he says, for mining and other cryptocurrencies which can be mined on a computer with a CPU or GPU, RAM requirement is not that high. You need RAM only to boot your system and keep it running while it mines those coins for you. As far as I know, Helium mining requires very little RAM, and 4GB of RAM is totally sufficient to operate the miner sufficiently. Of course, 8GB of RAM is double, so it is not worse, it is better, but I don't think it is going to have any real impact on the performance of your miner. And as we can see here, this little blurb here from the website actually says the largest 8GB of RAM means extra headroom for unforeseen blockchain challenges increase your chances to be mining when others cannot. So by that, it's telling you that the extra 4 gigabytes of RAM is really there just as a safety precaution. There aren't any tasks that the miner is doing on a regular basis that require additional RAM above 4 gigabytes, but it is saying here that the additional 4 gigabytes can be used for unforeseen blockchain challenges, which can be, of course, helpful. You have to determine if you think that that is worth this extra $70 or not. But of course, there are other differences between these two miners. The other major difference here is the dedicated Discord page. If you guys have any familiarity or use this official Helium community Discord, you'll know that it is incredibly powerful. It is incredibly useful. So I can only imagine that one dedicated to servicing the limited edition Goldspot miner customers would also be very valuable. Now, as you guys know, I do have a V2 Rack Wireless miner that I got a few months ago that I ordered back in March. And I also do have a limited edition Goldspot miner from Minted. I have not had any issues with either of them, so I have not needed any support. However, based on how valuable this Discord is for the Helium community, I can imagine that a Discord designed by Minted specifically to cater to the needs and the support requirements of Minted Goldspot miner customers, I imagine that would be incredibly helpful. And to be honest, it probably would be worth the $70 in the case that you even need to use it or look at it just once. I'm sure it would pay for itself in just time and headache right there. They go on to add these few things: expedited miner replacement in the event of hardware faults. Of course, that is very nice to have. I haven't heard of anything like that happening really with any Rack products or Minted products, but the fact that they do mention it here is nice to see. It's sort of like an insurance policy on your miner. Exclusive Goldspot features in future firmware releases. That is also very nice to know because we don't know what those features might be, but they could in the future, depending on what they are, perhaps impact the performance and earning power of your HNT miner, and you might earn more HNT based on those features. So that is sort of a bet on having cool and valuable features added in the future. Of course, we don't know what they are or if there will be any. And then a shiny Instagrammable miner, which I gotta admit is very cool. If you have your miner on a windowsill in your house, right near a window, somewhere where people can see it, people are gonna ask what it is. It is kind of a cool little token and talking point to get people asking questions rather than just a black box sitting on your windowsill. So it is very cool to look at, and it is a conversation starter, which is always nice to have. So guys, those are really the major differences here. In summary, the biggest differences are the 4 gigabyte versus 8 gigabyte of RAM and the VIP Discord support. Honestly, I think just the VIP Discord support might be worth $70. I have seen nightmare stories where people are searching for solutions to their issues they're having with their miners and can't get support from different manufacturers or can't find any answers in Discord threads or on the internet. So I imagine that even if you need to use it once, I do think it probably would be worth the $70, especially considering the mining power that these miners have. So I really do think that $70 might be worth it just based on the VIP access support in the event that you do need it. So guys, let me know what you think. Have you marked your calendars for this release of these miners? Of course, remember there are going to be a lot more gold miners available than the black ones. So I imagine the black ones will run out faster. Again, that is this Saturday, 8 a.m., October 23rd, Pacific Standard Time. Mark your calendars. You don't want to miss it. These miners are in very high demand, sold out within less than 2 hours of the last drop. So stay tuned. Of course, also stay tuned. I believe in November there should be EU and Canada miners available. I will have as many updates as possible on the status of those and when you can get them. So please stay tuned. Guys, if you found this information helpful, please like and comment below. Let me know if you have any questions. Please also subscribe to the channel if you have not already. I will keep you up to date on the latest Helium news and analysis. But that's all I have for today. And just like that, this video is over, and I will see you next time.